Hello, everyone. So today, I guys, I guys, I have a little bit of something different for you guys. It will be a overhaul mod by the name of the Duke's Damnation, run by the Duke himself, who is going to be playing in this mod, rather in this match against Boki. God, I'm really starting with English today. But yeah, Norsca versus Warriors of Chaos. If you don't know about Duke's Damnations, which you most likely won't, because it's a bit of a niche mod, um, it's a essentially the um the modder's take on a realistic Warhammer. And I know that may sound silly, but by that I mean realistic in a sense that weapons work differently against armor. Uh, fatigues Fatigue is a lot more important in this game than usual, than in the base game rather. Uh, and like overall, like say crossbows shoot faster, do more damage or do more AP, uh, and longbows have farther range but less AP. Now, I'm not going to go over all the changes because that would take me an hour. In fact, I recorded a replay before this, and the video was like 40 minutes long because I was overly explaining the mod. Basically, I'm going to link the mod in the description. You can check it out. Indie Pride himself has also done videos on the mod, so you might have seen it if you haven't already. I mean, what? That is English is what? You might have seen it already, but if not, go check out this channel, Indie Pride. Milk Cookies Total War. He does some fantastic videos. He has 2 or 3 videos, I believe, on Duke's Damnation. Go check it out. Seriously. And also check out the mod description. Check out the mod page. It'll give you a bit more description on it. Uh, Maybe I'll do another video eventually talking a bit more about the mod. But for now, let's just get right into it. You can see from the gameplay yourself how the game works. Okay, so for Norscan side, this is going to be domination on the steps of the Oblast, I think. It's one of the Duke's Damnations maps made by Error, I believe, or it's made by Duke. But for Norscan side, we have Throg, Big Daddy Throg. Look at, you can see right from the start, stats are a bit different. No anti-large. He's gonna have bonus versus infantry, massive weapon strength, still at 372 AP, and a bonus of 4 versus infantry. Which is nice. And then he, of course, still has his copious vomit and fight or die. Then for the rest of the, God, I'm really starting here. The rest of the army, we have Marauder Axemen. That is definitely a new unit. If you haven't already noticed, we're gonna have some more Marauders as well. Regular Marauders. They have golden shields, but don't you worry. Golden shields may be more prevalent in this mod, but one thing to note is that bullets go straight through shields. I know this might not matter for this matchup particularly, but you might think, oh my god, they're so overpowered. Everything has golden shields. No. Bullet factions will go straight through those shields, and it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. So, bunch of Marauders. We have some Premier Maul Warriors, which are essentially just, just a standard great weapon Premier from the base game. And then we're gonna have some Ice Trolls and Marauder Hunters, two Marauder Hunters, and some Whalers, which would basically just be the javelin throwing variant of Norsca. I think at least they look about the same. They have I would say they're the same. And then we have some Marauder throwing axes. Why am I having so much trouble? Marauder horsemen. The skirmishing kind. Which you can see immediately. They have much less range than in the base game. They do have axes, so it's kind of hard to throw an axe from that far of a distance and compared to the vanilla game. So yeah, much shorter range. Valkia for the Warriors of Chaos side. Still fantastic stats. Not much AP. I mean, they still have 200 AP, but they're not an AP variant. I mean, rather, they're not AP focused. Their abilities are changed. Demon Shield no longer does a ward save. It is now minus 20 melee attack to enemies around surrounding her, which in a sense you know, it does make a little bit of sense. The Demon Shield scares all the warriors around her, making them not want to attack her or not hit their attacks as much. Anyways, but now she has the Blood Raven ability as well. That says Wolfric in it, but you know, that can be changed. Basically, it is a damage ability that does 150 to 300 DPS and for 12 seconds if their HP is less than 20%. Doesn't have the spear. Oh, yeah, the spear slap near right here. So that's unchanged, and the Scarlet Armor is unchanged basically. And we do have the Gaze of Corn, which I think might be changed a little bit. But we do have some Chaos Marauders, a bunch of Chaos Frontline Marauders. We do have some Chaos Axe Marauders, and we do have some Forsaken. Very nice. And then we're going to have some Hellstriders with Slanesh. We're going to have some Skull Crushers of Corn. Very, very awesome unit. Monstrous Cav, 24 models. Pack a Punch, 68 melee attack, 58 melee defense. Just a super cool unit. And look at how many freaking Chariot models are in this. I don't like how many freaking... I don't like how many chariot models... Chariots... How many times am I going to say chariot? That they have in this mod as much. But, you know, things... You're not always going to agree with the things that the Duke has decided to make change to. And that's okay. That's fine. But we do have some Hellscourge Marauders here, and we have some base normal trolls, some Poison Warhounds, 2 of them in fact. We have some more Forsaken on the left side, and some more Hellstriders with Slanesh, with 2 Chaos Warriors. Oh, and then we are going to have some Wildkin, which are basically kind of... I mean, they're just light cav. They're light cav. That's pretty much all they are. Or I guess they're medium cav, actually. 85 armor. 60 melee attack, 38 melee defense, and 36 weapon strength with the bonus is large. But let's get right into this. No over-explaining. One thing you're going to notice a lot is that maces do much better against armor than swords, because, you know, that makes sense. Copious Vomit's going to go straight through his own Marauders and barely do any damage to the Chaos Marauders. But, you know, it does something. Very limp charge here. Not really, I don't know what's going on here, but neither player are charging. The Marauder throwing axes are going to go around, try to... I guess they were going to try to go around to get into the back line, but they're caught up by the Hellstriders of Slanesh. That's not going to be great for the Marauder throwing axes, but they are surrounded, so... as great as the Hellstriders of Slanesh are, they are outnumbered, so. And then the Poison Warhounds joined of course as well to help with the fight. Then with some Marauder or Axemen jumping in. The Chaos Axe Marauders are going to come in as well. Just a big old pit fight in this area right here. These Marauder Hunters are going to be throwing their axes in. Point 2 is going to go uncontested for Warriors of Chaos. The Hellstriders of Slanesh catch the Wildkin. I'm not sure how that fight is going to go, but they are taking a little... oh yes, poison does damage over time, which is not surprising, which is how it should be, I feel. And I think the Wildkin might win this. I'm not quite sure. It is going... it's hard to call. It looks like it's pretty freaking even. These other Chaos Warriors are coming over here. They were on point 2. They're going to come back... I think they were on point 1 or point 2. They're going to come back around. Start heading towards point 3. Point 3 is still under heavily contested by both players. These Marauder Axemen are going to be routing soon, I believe. These Poison Warhounds are going to run into these Whalers. So many names to remember. These Marauder Axemen are hanging on pretty strong with 9 leadership still. My FPS is having a fit, probably because of the snow. But these Forsaken are going to be fighting these Marauder Axemen. They're not going to do that great, and they do have a high amount of weapon strength, but they have overall lower melee attack and, wow, it's surprisingly less weapon strength compared to the Marauder Axemen. Very nice. Valky's just going to come in here, get a few kills, you know, help out with this fight, possibly swing this point 3 in the favor of the Warriors of Chaos. I mean, they are they are surrounded. The Hellscourge Warriors are surrounded, and the Chaos Marauders have been sent back to whence they came. And these Giants are pretty much going uncontested, but, I mean, the Skull Crushers are here. They're going to get a nice little rear, or side charge, rather, on the Marauders. Pretty substantial amount of damage. Probably going to rout them soon. Skull Crushers do not want to stay in combat with these Giants, though. It'd be very, very bad. Valkyrie is going to go off, help with this fight over here. In terms of the Marauder Hunters and the Marauder Axemen, they're still alive. It seems we missed out on the Marauder Throwing Axes. They seem to be gone now. On the backside, on the flank, the Sibyl and Slaughtercade have wiped up any remnants of infantry back here. And these Chaos Warriors, with the help of the Chaos Warriors as well, Throg is just in here with some trolls and other Chaos Warriors just beating down on these Marauders. These Marauders are not going to have a good day. In fact, they're having a terrible day right now already. They are going to be routing soon enough here. These Skull Crushers have taken a bit of damage, lost only 2 models though. They're gonna charge into today's Marauder Axemen with the help of Valkyrie. Those Axemen should no longer be on this plane for much longer. These Chaos Marauders are going to come back in, try to take back point 3, but I don't think point 3 is going to be staying in the hands of, or rather, it's going to be going into the hands of the Warriors of Chaos yet, until these Sylvan Slaughtercade come and recharge the Marauders. But it's not going to do that much damage yet, but the Marauders are surrounded, so the Warriors of Chaos might end up taking this back really quickly. There are some ice trolls here, hard to get rid of. They do have, of course, your regeneration, and then which is reduced in this at a 0.8%, and then they do have much less melee defense with much less AP. But they are still very hard to get rid of. That 150 armor. I mean, Jesus, these guys are trolls with surrounded in freaking ice crystals. I can really get it. They're sturdy as hell. It's gonna take a heavy hitter to get to that armor. But yeah, they're gonna be carrying the Norskins on their back on point 3. But look at that. The Marauders were surrounded, and the ice trolls were just there, providing an absolute beating. Same with these freaking giants. Keeping these Warriors of Chaos off their point. This is their point, and it's not going back in favor of the Warriors of Chaos. But these Chaos Warriors are putting a big beating on Throg. He is exhausted right now, so he does need some help, because when you're exhausted, you take a really big penalty from your melee attack and I believe your melee defense. I mean, you aren't going to be able to hit as hard. You're going to be running out of breath trying to swing your big old hammer, so even if you are a big old troll, but his trolls are here to provide that necessary backup. Oh, and also I didn't mention that these axes, of course, have bonus versus large. Or, of course, all axes have a bonus versus large because they're easier to hit bigger entities with because of their massive limbs. Better at chopping limbs as opposed to swords and whatnot, and halberds. Halberds are more of like a DPS infantry unit in this, as opposed to a large defense unit in the vanilla game. We do have some Forsaken on point 1. Point 1 and point 2 are in the hands of the Warriors of Chaos for now, but we do have some Norscan infantry being summoned out from reinforcements, and we do have some bunch of Marauders and some Berserkers here, and some Marauder Axemen. And then awesome, we have a freaking War Mammoth. Still fantastic weapon strength. On stats overall, only 60 armor, but not too bad. Yeah, no missile resistance, but it doesn't matter because it's against the Warriors of Chaos. They do have some, of course, some missile infantry, like these Marauder Throwing Axes, which could do a fantastic amount of damage to the War Mammoth if the Norscan player lets it happen. But otherwise, I don't think the Duke is going to let that happen. With that rear charge to these Marauder Throwing Axes, they're not going to be staying in that fight much longer. Yep, in fact, they're terrified already. These Marauder Throwing Axes are coming in. Going to try to get into these axes into this War Mammoth, but actually they're going to charge into these Marauders. I'll try to help with that fight, but it's not going to go that fight is not going to swing fast enough in their favor because the and the War Mammoth is going to come here and show those Martyr Throwing Axes what's up, make them regret the fact that they charge into that. Look at that damage right there, very nice. And then we're going to have a Gate of Tzeentch, or is it Gate of Tzeentch? Let me see, I think that's a name. No, Infernal Gateway. I don't know where I got Gate of Tzeentch from, but it is Infernal Gateway. Do some decent damage, not too bad. Wipe out the rest of those Marauders. Magic overall is nerfed in this, and it takes a much longer time to cast, so you won't get instant satisfaction from putting down a big old spell like an Infernal Gateway or Pit of Shades on top of 2 or 3 stacks of infantry, but it will do okay. Throg has been taking a massive beating, of course, fighting through all these axemen, wow, hold on, these Famir are really tiny. I am very surprised they're so tiny. I thought they would be large size, I suppose? Wow, they are very tiny. What the hell? I thought they would be troll sized. Anyways, the ice trolls are just doing fantastic. They have not... Look at that. They are just regenerating their health like nobody's business. 131 kills so far. Are they exhausted right now? They are very, very tired. I imagine Throg is still exhausted. He needs to get out of there, regenerate some HP, and try to catch his breath. We do have a Frostform. I did not see that. Wow, very nice. That guy is tiny. Why is he so tiny? I did hear that Duke reduced his size model. I don't like that. I understand he's a worm. He's not a freaking dragon. He's not a full-fledged dragon, but still, like, look at this little guy. Oh my god, he's so speedy too. 126. I think that looks a bit wacky. I think that needs to be tuned down. I'm not sure about the speed there. I know that animations obviously are set at what they are, so they're gonna look a little bit wacky when they're tuned down or tuned too high. So it does look a bit goofy, but I mean, I understand what his purpose is. He's supposed to be a fast little flying unit, sort of like a Manticore, a fast, powerful, small, albeit small dragon. And he does still have some chilling aura, and he has his frost breath. So aside from his size and his speed, he hasn't changed a whole lot. I mean, compared to the vanilla game, yes, that would be changing a whole lot. But anyways, back to the game. Throg is going to be going down to the Chaos Warhounds. That is quite embarrassing for Throg. Imagine being the Troll King and you get killed by freaking Poison Warhounds. That's your... Like, please, get these Ice Trolls in there and save Throg the embarrassment of dying to Warhounds. Duke, please. Oh my god, poor Throg. This is just so sad. He has 51 HP, 16, and he's down. He's gonna... Oh, wait, he's 20, he's regretting, and he's down. Throg the Troll King has been killed by a bunch of poison dogs. How embarrassing. Shameful display. But we... point 1 and point 2... Oh, point 1 is still in the favor of the Warriors of Chaos, but point 2 is no longer. Now it's in the favor of the Duke's hands, the new Norscan side. Mammoth is just having an absolute field day. 182 kills so far, 1600 value, very, very nice. I don't know if he was just sitting there. Yeah, I think he was just sitting there slamming Chaos Warriors down and just stomping on them. I don't know what the hell that was. A pink flame? I think that was... What was that? I think that was a pink fire into the Martyr Throwing Axes. Okay. Frostworm just routing off the rest of these Norscan remnants on point 1. Point 2 is in the back of the hands of the Warriors of Chaos. What in the hell did I just do there? As one important thing of note is that the capture point is a lot smaller, as you can tell from in Duke's Damnation. And not only that, the only infantry can capture, so no longer can Cav capture it, monstrous infantry capture it. Nope, and ogres cannot catch it, only the nobblers. So just infantry. Point 3 is steadily in the hands of the Norscan side, not going to be going into the Warriors of Chaos side anytime soon, unless these Chaos Warriors move up and start taking it, because Duke is not on the point. I mean, yeah, these Giants can turn around and start beating these Chaos Warriors once they get on the point, but contesting the point is better than not contesting the point at all. These Sibilant Slaughter Kit should just be unsummoned. Same with these Skull Crushers and Hell Scourge and Chaos Marauders. The Warriors of Chaos player needs to clean these up. We have some Marauder Throwing Axes back here. If you're not going to use them, I would throw them away, but they still have plenty of ammunition. Obviously, I think with a 30 range, it's very, very hard to get those actual shots in, which is why I don't like using Skirmish Cav that much in this mod at all, because of their low range. And I understand it's just a realistic take on it, and that's fine, but not for me. I think it's not fun. I think it's very unfun and very hard to make use of them, their ammunition. But the Frostworm charges in, and these Poison Warhounds. They're not going to be around for much longer with the War Mammoth, just slapping them around with his horns. Those guys may have feasted on Throg, but they're not going to be feasting on a War Mammoth. Let me just tell you that. 223 kills. Great job for the War Mammoth. That's a really good pick against the Warriors of Chaos. Especially considering that they don't have super reliable missile support. They do have a lot of anti-large, but War Mammoths can they can take a bunch of Axemen. They'll be fine. The Frostworm is here. I don't know what he's going to do. Probably drop a nice breath attack in on this stack right here. That'd be really, really nice. Come on, turn around. Drop a breath attack. Nope, I guess not. Does he still have charges? I cannot tell. I think... Yeah, I can't remember. Do breath attacks normally have a limited amount of charges? Maybe not. I don't know. I think they usually have three breath attack charges, and I don't know about this mod, but these Marauder Throwing Axes are summoned in to try to get over to point 1. Some of the models get stuck on these Chaos Marauders, so they're going to be losing some ammunition there, unfortunately, for them. But the Ice Trolls have made a huge trek over here from point 3 over here to point 1. I don't know what they're doing, but Jesus, man, they are so tired. Poor guys. I guess they want to try to secure point 1 because Boki is in the lead at 1,100 points to 734. And it does make sense because they have taken back point 2 and held on to point 1. So for the Duke, he's going to make a massive push against point 1 and point 2, try to get those out of the Warriors of Chaos hands. But I think the Warriors of Chaos player is going to be focusing on these two. He does not need to be going for point 3 because he is in the lead. If he keeps this stranglehold on point 1 and point 2, then he will end up winning the game. Duke will not be able to catch up. But let's see how this proceeds. Chaos Sorcerer just flying in the air, nothing too big. Oh, Blasphemous Amulet. I guess this is new to the Duke's mod. I guess this is specific to the Duke's mod, where he gives magical attacks to all allies. Huh, very cool. Oh, and the way barriers work in this game, in the overhaul, is barriers don't regenerate anymore naturally. Lords and heroes will have something called barrier relief, which can reduce their own barrier or their own power recharge to give 25% barrier replenish per second to allies. That's very nice. Less cheesy, I guess, for the Disney side. The Skull Crushers, which should have been unsummoned, I feel like, are finally getting routed off again. I would just, come on, unsummon all this stuff, please, so you can bring it back again later on. Chaos Knights are being charged by these trolls, who have fallen over. Come on, guys. You cumbersome idiots. These Chaos Knights should want to get out of here. I mean, they're not going to like this. They don't have as massive amount of AP. They still have 50 AP, though. That's pretty good. And they're going to... Look at that. They already cut off a few models. Yeah, so these Chaos Knights are going to get out of there. Bucky's going to notice what's happening there and just slip away with those guys. The value-wise, it's very hard to determine proper value in the Duke's Damnation. Sometimes things can be misleading or misinterpreted, so I try not to pay attention to this too much, but the Duke is in the lead with 14,000 versus 1,300. 13,000. But so far, Boki's still in the lead in terms of actual victory tickets. So the Duke needs to make a big push here, try to get point 1 and rip it out, take it out from Boki's hands. But maybe while Boki's focused on point 1 and point 2... Oh, actually, point 2 has been taken by Norsca. Very nice. I was going to say, maybe while he's focused on point 1, he can go around and take point 2, and then around again to point 1. But point 2 is now in the hands of the Norscan side. I may have missed that. Sorry about that, guys. So, the Duke may be able to catch up now. I'm not sure in terms of time how long it would take for the Duke to catch up, but I think he would catch up eventually, slowly but surely. I may be wrong though, and that's why the Duke is force pathing his Marauder Spearman to get on that point and try to take it away from the Warriors of Chaos to stop that lead from going any further. And it might just happen. Except, what is this spell about to pop right now? I guess nothing's popped. That was interesting. Maybe a spell cancel. But the Frostworm is still up and alive, doing fantastic, chasing off these Chaos Knights. These poor Chaos Knights are not going to be able to get away with all this Frostbite and the Chilling Aura. Pink Flyer is going to go down, but it's not going to do anything. It's an entirely miss. The Norscan player is going to dodge that quickly. These Trolls and these Frostworms should be able to take out these the rest of these Chaos Knights, but I'm not sure about finishing off the Chaos Marauders by themselves, considering they're anti-large. So I would get the Frostworm and the Chaos Trolls out of there, or rather, just the Trolls. These Marauder throwing axes are getting some nice damage into these Trolls, but if the Norscan player notices, which he will, he's going to start heading them back into the line of fire of the Marauder Hunters to screen out these Marauder throwing axes and Chaos Marauders. Frostworm is just going to hang out in the air, get a little bit of his vigor back. We're going to speed up the game a little. Wait for some reinforcements to come. Norskins are in the back. Cleaning up anything back there. Some idle units back here that need to be unsummoned or sent out. And the Warriors of Chaos player is going to bow out, and the Norskins are going to take it. Very, very nice game from the Duke and Boki. The Giants, the Ice Trolls, were just absolutely fantastic that game. And same with the Mammoth. Throg may have gone down early, but god damn, the Mammoth pay for itself so much. 1800 value, 2 chevrons, 239 kills, 27,000 damage overall. Very, very nice. And the Trolls did fantastic as well. The Giants did okay, 400 value, nothing too bad, but mostly what they provided was terror. They provided terror and just overall assistance to help the infantry fights. The Mirrors did okay, 105 kills, 665 value, nothing too shabby, but the Ice Trolls, I feel like, were one of the biggest MVPs here. Like, those guys were unstoppable. I don't know how Throg got taken out, but the Ice Trolls didn't, but Throg got absolutely taken out, and he got left alone and taken out. While the Ice Trolls were just able to roam free throughout the entire game, slapping their big old icicle maces around, killing Warriors of Chaos all day. So they did fantastic. Marauder Axemen did good. Hunters, everything did fine. Nothing too shabby. No caster on the Norscan side, but something to note is that casters aren't that important in Duke's Nation. They aren't as oppressive as the Duke would call it in this, with their longer cast times, and the miscast chance causing a substantial, much more damage, and heroes and casters and heroes and casters particularly usually having much less health. Well, lords in general, but having much less health, so one or two miscasts could kill a caster. So you know, it's a big drawback, and it's very hard to. How can I say it right? Let me reword that sentence. It is a little difficult to use your spellcasters wisely. So what the Norscan player did was focus more on winning on the infantry and monstrous infantry side, just making sure to get those points down and using those valuable gold towards a powerful unit like the Frostworm or the Mammoth instead of a caster. Not that the caster for the Warriors of Chaos did bad, 114 kills, 602 value, but like I said, they're not as oppressive as the Duke would call it. So they're not game winners. Chaos Knights terribly. They got 0 kills. And they got mostly smacked around by trolls. I feel so bad for them. Warriors of Chaos did fine. The Hell Cannon, I feel like that should have been brought out. That would have been nice. Syllabin Solidicade did okay. 20,000 damage, 900 value. Skull Crushers did. I mean, they picked up a Chevron. They did. They did 170. They did get 170 kills, but they are a very expensive unit. So I don't know. Absolutely amazing value on the Host Riders. Just like in vanilla, they're still fantastic in the Duke's Nation. So I picked up 3 Chevrons, 240 kills, and 1,500 value. Very nice. Paid more for itself than the Skull Crushers or the Chaos Warriors. In fact, they paid for both the Chaos Warriors and the Skull Crushers together. House Scourges did okay. Marauders did fine. Nothing too shabby. Valky did, okay. But yeah, good game to both players. Check out the Duke's Nations. I will link the mod in the description. And go check out Indie Pride's channel. He does have a few videos on it. Watch them in action. Watch a much better caster show you how cool the mod can be. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.